Ding. 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can hear me well. Sorry to keep you waiting for a little longer than I anticipated. Let's see, is it working? Looks like it is. That's an orange cat now. Well, wait, an orange cat. Okay, anyways, welcome. Let me know. I think it's definitely working. Alright, give me a second. Just gotta make sure. Alright. Looks about right. Yep. Just wanna make sure the stream is consistent. Anyways, welcome. I'm just gonna be doing some art stuff and, talk about a few things along the way. Alright. Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna be drawing a few artwork, whatever I feel like. Nothing specific exactly, but, just, some things I just feel like drawing at the moment. Well, I think I'm still working on that Danganronpa video. I might just do like a... Huh? Hold on a second. Is it not updating? Ah, it's doing this again, of course. Okay, that's... Alright, give me a minute real quick. We'll just go with this. Hope like it doesn't really break too much at once. But yeah, I'm just gonna just draw a few things, whatever I feel like. I feel like doing another poster. And hoping this doesn't fail on me. We'll just open some files. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just gonna try to just bring up a few topics along the way. Maybe you have something to tell me about it. Yeah, recently I saw like a leaked video of the upcoming Spider-Man movie, specifically Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is, even though it's like it looks super blurry as hell at the moment because it's a leak. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It looks really really good. Anyway, I think I know what I feel like doing. I just want to figure out the composition of it. Just which computer is it which displays are going to be on. This side, of course. Just gonna move it over here. I'm just gonna copy this and just put this as a reference. Alright. Start with this. I'm trying to figure out the composition of it all at the moment. And she's gonna be like one of my characters, the main focus of this art. Yeah, I'm doing a similar poster thing. That's what I'm doing. How do I want it to look? What else? Just gotta make sure her composition is right. Sure, just basic shapes at the moment. Everything starts with basic looking shape. She's gonna be able to have a little bit of a hunchback because she doesn't know how to properly take care of herself. Or at least, her back. She's like a shrimp. Oops. She would be looking down. Yeah, stick figure arms. How would she be laying down? That is the question. Feel free to ask anything about Vivian, Vivian Lyman, and I'll do my best to answer it as long as it doesn't really spoil too much. It gets to be not be canon, but hey, I can give you something. Hmm. Just gonna change color so I don't mix it up too much. What would be the next color for? Just want to make sure I don't. Yep. Just want to keep practicing until I get the right kind of look to the whole thing. Okay, I want to make the background as well. I'm thinking of what will basically take place in a snowed over beach, looking upon like a big city, essentially. Basically, the idea, I think I've already mentioned before about basically this game I'm making, this game story I'm making, the story for the game I'm making, the mystery game. It's gonna be like a take place in a beach city that has been snowed over. But how exactly? I mean, I know how. I'm not gonna say. That's something you have to wait and see. Hmm, it's looking a little too. And I might not finish this today. I'll just do as much as I can until I feel like I don't want to do any more of it. But basically, it's like a multi-layered city essentially. What do I imagine? I'm trying to figure out how it should look. The problem is I don't have any like 3D models, so I can't just like conjure 3D models together to give me the best drawing reference. An idea just clicked. Let me just get rid of these. Actually, I'll just leave this back on, but make it less lights. Still very hunchback. I'm trying to make it like look as like looking down on it. Um, like her specifically is like actually like sometime last year actually. Let me see if I can find the exact date. Her character, yeah, like in May of last year. I had the game like planned out for like almost 5 years at that point. Like I was trying to make the game idea, but I had a completely different protagonist. But her personality kind of didn't really fit with the story I'm working with, and I liked her design more, because it like kind of fits with the whole mystery angle I'm trying for. Plus, I think I like her story a little more for this game. I will definitely try to bring that old protagonist back, but with a kind of different change around her clothes a bit at least, because I kind of just like kind of swapped it. But then again, I could just like redesign her clothes, very clothes. They kind of have like similar clothes at the moment, like not the exact same, but they both kind of wear like trench coats and just like kind of differently. I think I have the. Let me see if I can find her design. If it's in here. And yeah, this is her design, which I think it was made like late 2023, maybe. I'm assuming that's how far back, maybe even earlier actually. But as I say, like her story and design kind of like, like my idea for the story kind of changed over time. Anyway, later on I created Verifium, which was made for another story altogether, but she didn't really fit that story in my opinion, and she ended up being the protagonist of the game, of the murder mystery game instead. I'm hoping to eventually, make. Anyway, I'm just gonna try and I'm trying to just like do like a low angle kind of thing. Maybe make it a little bigger. Maybe that will help. Try to make it. Try to adjust to see What works? A bit now. I'm gonna try and make a bit of the background, just at least practice. Maybe I might just do the sketching for this one and just work on something else afterwards. This is definitely gonna use a lot of layers. I hope this romantic all my life. Da, 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 da. I'm feeling blue. Something da, 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 so skeptical. But still I'm feeling more, more, something that's a cupid. Dead. I'm feeling lonely. The background will look very dark. It's gonna be a nice sky. think I also made a similar one. It'll probably have like I made like this silly thrown together kind of thing for the like city originally before I set on like a beach aesthetic. But it'll have like a similar idea to like having the multi-layered kind of look to it, as well as the Aurora Borealis kind of thing. That's what I'm planning on doing. Let's just figure some stuff here. What else going on? Huh? I didn't know it was away for a second. Huh. Okay, that's weird. Okay, it's working fine. There's the Palm Beach. Our protagonist is sitting on the beach, looking at something. I know what exactly. Just gonna put together the hair, why not? Yeah, it's not gonna look as goofy as I'm making it at the moment. Just like, kind of like, get an idea of how it will look in the final thing. YouTube changed its UI again. Have you guys also gotten the update on for YouTube? Assuming it's like applications, like on phone. Like God, it looks so much worse. Like thanks YouTube. I always hated subscriptions, but thank goodness you decided to put in the shorts in the main tab instead. Like thank you so much. This totally isn't. This totally is what I wanted from YouTube. We seriously need a YouTube too. It will be a great sequel. I think there's like a video that's of someone actually like making that conceptual YouTube too of how it would be an improvement over the original. I forgot which one it is, but I'm pretty sure you can just, search it on YouTube. Anyways, how do I want the rest? Hmm. I might do some like what is it called? Animation animation streams as well. I'll probably just use the same kind of thumbnail, probably not. Actually, I do like making unique. I love making unique thumbnails for anything I'm streaming. It also gives me a reason to like create the mascot character. I mean, you keep drawing my mascot character, you know. Otherwise, he'll just probably not have anything. Imagine if there's a highway there. This is gonna be this right here is like the representation of this is gonna be America in a decade's time. There's gonna be rows on the building on the rooftop. It sounds like a joke, but it's probably gonna be true in America. Dun, 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 dun. Holy leg, Batman. There's gonna be some more buildings somewhere. I originally wanted to look. Oops. I'm just gonna save this real quick so I don't forget. Murder reports. Frostbite hard drive. Concept. It's gonna be like the concept poster like I did last time. Concept poster. Just so I don't, in case something does happen, I'm just gonna be able to just like bring it back, run it back. I still remember when I played Roblox back in like, I kind of stopped it like around like, I think it was 2021 or 2022. But either way, I just like stopped altogether. That like 2022, definitely. I think it's actually 2020 it was the last time, but I could be wrong. But I'm not gonna do my research just to fact check the fact when I just to fact check when I finish play when I stop playing Roblox. I'm pretty sure it's still a fun game, but do I really want to trust the Roblox company for because of like how much scummy things they've been doing? Mm. Anyway, there's gonna be layers of buildings here. Layers of building. I suppose it's gonna probably be more road up on the sky. It's definitely gonna be like probably my most complex backgrounds, honestly. That's gonna happen at some point, you know, gotta make something complex. It was somewhat inspired by Raincoat, like when it was first announced. In some way, I got influenced, but I didn't like, you know, I tried to avoid as much spoilers as possible. Kind of just only took the idea of like some of the ideas, you know, from what is shown basically prior to, you know, I'm only just recently playing the game, so and you know after playing what I've played so far, you know, I at least think like it's like has enough. My story has enough unique elements to stand out. Give me a minute. Alright, sorry about that. She was originally called Lana Man. Her last name, Vivian's last name was Lana Man, like spelled like this. I changed to Wyman because, you know, why? I had to. Because, you know, it just suits her better, in my opinion. I'm not gonna do too much right now. Just kind of want to just get some of the outlines out, and I'll eventually show it off when I complete it, or when I'm almost done. You know, when I get to the shading parts. Hmm. Let me just go upwards. No, that makes enough sense. Giant city well. And this is just like a few palm trees around, palm tree around. Oh, okay. Is this better? Okay, I think it's probably better. Testing, testing. Which yes, that's the full title. Basically, Murder Report as the main title, and then Frostbite Hard Drive. There's several reasons for it for the subtitle. I'm not gonna spoil what exactly, but that's a hint towards what could happen in the story. And so far, I'm thinking about doing like 5 to 7 episodes. I'm not certain about that yet, but I have at least thought about like 5 of those episodes, what I want to do with those 5 at least. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I do have like I have already talked about the Scooby-Doo inspired chapter basically, which would be like one of the early to mid points part of the story, or like I guess would be a case 3 kind of scenario, where it's basically like like someone dressed up as a monster of some kind, and then in like a sort of like edgy way, like like it's like back then, as the this episode that far back, to be like like they dressed up as the monsters and maul people in a way, in a gruesome way, which that's yeah, it sounds stupid, but that's part of the point in a way. Other than that, like I'm not gonna spoil too much of like what happens before or after, because I think those are 10 times more interesting as well. Not that it's not the one this the one I'm just spoiling right now isn't interesting. I do have a few things that's gonna at least be surprising, because I'm only really just saying like the synopsis of it. Or the other ones, it's I'm gonna be a little more what's the word? Cool. I guess I'll just say quiet about it. Maybe I'll just stop here for now. Oh, and just work on think about maybe doing one of the thumbnail arts, either for 1 second. I'm just gonna see. I'm probably either gonna do like one for maybe Balatro or Balloons Tower Defense. I'll try to do one for a different game. I mean, I already got like the background, so maybe I'll just do Balatro first. But what other game could I do? And maybe I might do another one of the Dick Rumper artworks if I feel like it. Just kind of doing whatever I feel like. But yeah, expect something crazy to come from this soon. Like it'll definitely be this year. Probably hoping to get it done by the next month, basically. What game do I feel like doing a stream on aside from Bellagio and Balloons? Actually, I just think I should do Balloons instead, because I'm more likely to play that instead. I'm just gonna do that first. Let me just figure out how I want it to look. Well, first off, I'm gonna make a blue sky. Dun, 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 dun. Something. Blue skies, blue skies, blue skies. I still can't believe they're making a new Ice Age movie. I'm not sure if if I feel like I'm gonna watch it when it comes out. If it's coming out at the same time as the Spider-Verse, don't expect me to be there. Oh yeah, has anyone seen the new Avatar movie? I thought it was pretty good. Not amazing, but I think it's a pretty good movie for Aang specifically. I think it's kind of an all needed sort of characterization we need out of Aang. Not to spoil too much, obviously. Just bits here and there. Yeah, but basically, yeah. The only thing I'm spoiling is that it's a movie focused on Aang specifically. I do think the subtitles kind of lame though. I mean, the title of the movie, I mean, like just kind of not lame, but just more so like it'll probably confuse a few people at first because it's like the show's called it can be called two things. It's either called like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar: The Legend of Aang, and the movie is called Avatar Aang. Avatar Aang: The Last Airbender, which is like feels like a real like sounds like a combination of the two titles. But I am interested in also interested in new upcoming sequel show Seven Havens, which takes place after the Legend of Korra series. I am not gonna be the most excited, to be honest. Well, let me give you a few just a few thoughts about the trailer. Basically, one of them is just like the art style kind of looks like a lot of like a lot of those other mirror anime looking. I don't know how to describe, but it just kind of looks. What's the? I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but it's just like it doesn't look like Avatar in a way. You know what I mean? Maybe a little too anime-esque, which I know he always had that kind of inspiration, but it's like it's different. As well as the upcoming plot, which is like kind of like doing the usual. Seems what feels like it's just gonna lead up to like the whole like they're saying like oh Korra destroyed the world or whatever. I'm just gonna be waiting for the plot twist where it's like that's not the case. Kind of like I can see it from a mile. Can see like the kind of like I made this too small. Damn it. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Like what's gonna happen. It's a little too predictable. Which I can, to be fair, it is a sort of kids media, but it's Avatar. You'd expect a little more subtlety, I guess. Unless they do something actually interesting with it, then maybe I will have some more respect for it, I guess. In the meantime, I'm just like a little skeptical about Avatar at the moment. Another thing about the new Seven Havens thing is kind of like, well, what might want to? Yeah, it's like the whole twin Avatar thing going on, which if you didn't know is like that is like focused on having two avatars basically, twins basically. When usually that's like not the case. I'm assuming there's gonna be a reason behind it, but at the moment it's like seems very unclear what this is gonna go. That was embarrassing. Don't clip that. I'm just gonna color this in. I'm gonna see if I can make this 3D. I'll still give it a go, definitely. Just don't expect me to be too hype about it. I'm still gonna have my expectations at least. Yeah, for it to be good. Oh god, it's happening, it's glitching. Okay, now it's back to normal, back to reality. The This is like a lazy podcast. Can't wait for the new Among Us mod coming next week. I love 'em. I still like Among Us. I'll be honest. It's a good game. Still, I still have respect for Inner Sloth. I'm not a fan of the crewmate roles. Like with the roles, like with the imposter roles, they can actually be make for interesting games. It's like creates more questions about like, hey, where were you do actually were? Is this person actually a shapeshifter? What's going on? But with the crewmate role, they kind of just like tell you who the imposters are in a way. No, like not straight up just tell you. Except they literally added a role that literally tells you. Like basically, it's the detective role where when a body is found, you can ask people to like, just like interrogate people. That's an ability you have as a detective. You can interrogate people of where they actually were, and then it's just like, and then it just tells you the locations of like where they were. Like let's say let's say you're a really good liar and you manage to get people to convince most people to just be like, oh yeah, the body. I was in a navigation and the body was all the way in electrical, and the death was instant. The scientist role can confirm that, which the scientist can, which is also an overpowered role to be honest. I've played many games as scientist and caught so many imposters with that ability. Like it's like, sure, it's not the most overpowered, but it's just like it's a good. It's like still overpowered because it's like the problem with the crewmate role. It's like just like you can just catch. It's the game itself is not really like built around the crewmate roles. With the imposters roles, their existence alone kind of helps can help give away the imposters in a way. Basically, you can't just be a shapeshifter because people probably figure out that what you're trying to do, like and ask for your location if you aren't smart about it. Same with the phantom role. The Viper role is like the most unique one, but it also comes with a like its own like kind of risk basically, which like kind of like if you kill, that's a confirmation that you are a Viper character, a Viper imposter. You can't like be a shapeshifter because you can Viper kill essentially, which is like basically the inherent uh flaw of it. With crewmate roles, ugh. The honestly, those not very good, honestly. I'm being serious. Not in the way that's horrible per se, but with crewmate roles, if I'm playing a private match, I would rather the host, or if I'm the host, just turn off the all crewmate roles. Like because you can easily catch imposters just from any one role basically. With engineer, you can just go through vents, and there's no downside going to the vents aside from like I guess like having a time limit of like how much you can stay in the vents. Now I just realized I made this a little too big maybe. I'm just gonna see if I can. Huh. I should probably private some of these streams actually, just in case. Eventually, when after the stream, because I'm not sure if I actually want to keep these up. At least two of these, I guess. I guess it does kind of like hurt with the whole having each not doing two of the same thumbnails, but anyway, I'm just gonna see if I see how much I actually didn't talk about in the stream because I noticed just got cut off a huge part of it. But yeah, I'm making Hattie like the balloon. Okay, so I guess the next thing I'll talk about is another role that's also introduced, which is the scientist, which I technically have talked about just not too long ago, but oh, that's weird. Anyways, yeah, the scientist, like as I said, you can like see when the body, you know, when you can see the vitals, which allows you to see who's alive and who's not. Which on paper, yeah, balloons. Which on paper it is like not too overpowered on paper because like it technically already exists in the game as it has there's like you can check the vials in like several maps. The problem becomes like is when you can take it anywhere basically, and what else? You can just like and you can even exist on maps that didn't have vials in the first place, like the Scale and the Mirror map. And as I said, you can be anywhere basically with the rolls, so you can just like easily catch them that easily, even early on in the match. I mean, yeah, you can still technically win, assuming you're in a public lobby essentially as imposters. Anyway, I'm trying to see what expressions I haven't used yet for him. Maybe I might change it to something else. Giant weapons are gonna come towards him. That's what I'm gonna do. Balloons. Just gonna give him this goofy expression. Blech. Another thing, another role is the guardian angel. It's basically just a troll in a way. You know, imagine you come out of the vent and then suddenly you try to kill like an imposter like after you come out the vent, and then you get protected by, and then they get protected by a guardian angel. Like it's like that feels unfair at that point. You made this entire plan to kill someone you're close to winning, and then suddenly you got someone protected them with their shields. That sounds fair. I guess the noisemaker exists. It's annoying. I don't have much else to say. But yeah, it can kind of like give away, like it's also another problem with like these roles, like again, process of eliminations kind of thing. Which again is what this role is kind of annoys me because if let's say in a way it kind of just gives away like, hey, you guys were together, so and the when the body alarm went off and the noisemaker went off, so you guys can't be the killer of this thing right at the gate, basically. Which sure, there could be like more than one imposters definitely. But imagine if there was a double kill. If you try to do a double kill and they both so happen to be the noisemaker. Why not make every victim a noisemaker? That's gonna be fun. Next role is the tracker. I mean, at that point, you kind of lose at that point. Basically, you can, if you so happen to teleport or kill someone, you basically gave yourself away when the trackers start tracking you. Anyway, let's do one of these. What other role can I? Huh? What other role can I ramble about that I haven't already? I already talked about the detective, which is like, okay, it still works. All right. Why is it so big though? I'm not doing it that hard, am I? Huh. Okay, so basically at the moment, let me double check real quick. Among Us roles. It's a fun game. Anyway, it's like how much is there? at the moment there's a total of like nine in 9 roles total, which I think, yeah, I definitely talked about all of them now, or at least all the crewmate ones, because I don't have a problem with the imposters one, because as I said, just their existence alone kind of makes the game more interesting, while the crewmate kind of just breaks the game. But yeah, like 9 roles total, which includes for the crewmates the engineer, guardian angel, scientist, noisemaker, tracker, and detective, and 3 imposter roles: shapeshifter, phantom, and viper, which I at least talked about 2 of them. The phantom one just kind of makes it disappear if I didn't mention it already. Why do I keep clicking on that one? Why is it 9 anyways? Anyway, yeah, like at the moment they're working on many roles actually. Apparently they say there's like prototyping 15, but only 2 of them are most likely to come out, with one of them coming next week, of course, as I mentioned before. Ding, ding, ding. Anyway, I think this looks about right. Maybe I should try and make this a little bigger. I would love to do like a Among Us, host an Among Us game night. One thing that still makes me sad is that we'll never get a map like Submerge in the game. It's a really good map. It's a modded map. Probably one of my favorites, honestly. Probably my like second favorite in the whole game, honestly. Especially with the whole like 2 floor thing it has going on. Basically, it's like a one of my favorite areas. Is just there's like so many great parts about it. Like it's like a room for both floors where where you can kind of see like who's below you and can see the shadows of the people above you, basically. Excuse me. And it's like one vent that takes you downstairs, but it's like a one-way gate essentially. Anyways, I think I'm gonna try and make it look make Harry look shiny, because why not? Anyway, let me just grab this. Maybe make it bluer. What else should I talk about? I mean, I could talk about anything. Not literally anything, but if you have a suggestion or want to say something yourself, ask anything about something I'm making, like the Mindbreak series or the Mirror Report game, feel free to ask. Or my opinions on a game or character. Assuming I have one. Uh, like what are my thoughts on X media or Y character? Do I have an opinion? Probably. The silence is killing me. Blah 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 blah. Balloons. Oh yeah, I should probably just put in the logo real quick. Remember, it's not called Balloons Tower Defense 6. It's called Balloon TD6. It's funny how Tower Defense has become like a copyrighted like word essentially. Like I'm not even joking. Like you can't use the word Tower Defense without paying certain people first. PNG. Trying to find a logo. But you can still use TD to stand for Tower Defense. Um, hold on a second. Sure that works enough. It's gonna be small anyways. Right in the corner. Let me double check real quick. Who copyrighted Tower Defense? Come to US back in 2008. That far back. Ever since like literally all Tower Defense games had to change their titles real quick to avoid copyright law. And Balloons is no different. No, I mean, yeah, obviously you can still say Tower Defense, just like you can't use it as the title of your game. Like literally any game that would have had the title Tower Defense is called TD, basically. Zombie Assault Tower Defense? Nah, that's called Zombie Assault TD. Though of course, some people, sometimes we do eventually call things by, the long name, Balloons Tower Defense 6. Oh, but but usually we call it TD6. A lot of updates have been made since I last played it. Like there's several maps, so many maps. Like every update, like at least one. Every update they usually add like one map and then something else on top of it. They always add a new map essentially every single update. And then usually something alongside it like there's so much layers to that game, to this game, which I'm making the thumbnail of. Fancy that. But yeah, it's like some new towers essentially, which is actually a big deal because like it kind of changes the meta. Like, but that's another thing. They always also changes the balancing in for every tower, every update as well. Sometimes it's minor, sometimes it's like in a huge major way. Like in one update, uh, let's say one of my favorite towers in the game, Druid, becomes like one of the best for years, and then suddenly it becomes kind of bad, not like horrible, unplayable, unusable, but just like not as viable to use, in much later rounds because they just mess around with the balancing so many times. But I'm just gonna play the game casually. I don't care too much about the meta. Like, let's be honest, every game is, well, no matter what game, if some people are gonna, what's the word? What's the phrase? Let me think about it for a minute. I heard this phrase, but basically it's like, if the game can be, ch if the game can be cheese. Oh no, hold on. Every game is gonna be, they're gonna suck the fun out of the game. Yeah, it's just like always talking about like how every game will have be exploited. Every game will be okay, I don't know the exact term, but basically it's just like the whole idea that every online game will become unfun because people optimize the hell. Okay, optimize. That's the word. I think it's a YouTube video like a short actually by Soko Tunes. I'll see if I can find that one in a minute. Soko Tunes. He makes a He's like one of the few YouTubers to make shorts actually fun to watch. Anyway, let me see if I can find it. He also, wait man, he's can't reach I could find it easily. I definitely gotta work on that PNG tube. Like a new one. A whole new improved one. Kind of hard to find. Meh, keep making the same mistake. Forgot what it's called exactly. This is so much videos. Did he make? Was he the one who made it? I can't remember. you'll optimize the fun out of your game. Yeah, basically, you'll optimize the. Like how in Minecraft, people will just go speed running to beat the Ender Dragon just right out the gate. Which I don't think one in my friend group actually does, honestly. They just like play through the game, not even bothering with the whole. Bleh. I'm definitely gonna try to finish this one at least. I can actually like complete it. Anyway, we'll start with finish giving him the nose. I'll do the shading a little later, but first I kind of want to like do a little bit of the background now. Let's start with some fancy greens. Let's make this. Gonna make this one reddish. Go back here actually. Just gonna borrow you for a second. It's a fun game. I don't think I got close to actually finishing it, but it was always like a nice vibe, basically. Anyways, let's make a bit of the background. Let's add a little beach right there. We'll add a windmill essentially in the background as well. Yeah, and let's add a little bit of an ocean. I don't have too strong of a connection, honestly, but it's not like I always appreciate the game. It's like it's a cute vibe game, and I think that's a good compliment to give it, honestly. Try and make sure it's not too flat. Maybe I just Among Us. I keep using the same one. Okay, yeah, right. Hatty balloons. Yippee. Huh? Maybe the sky looks a little too different bluish, or like probably should be a little more brighter. Oh, there's a game I haven't played actually. I'll probably make a logo for that one eventually. Not logo. I meant like thumbnail for it eventually. It's called Yuppie Psycho. It looks interesting. I bought it a while back. I haven't touched it. Kind of interested in My Sims characters and lore, especially the agents game. Oh yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in checking out Splatoon. Like, it looks interesting. It has some interesting ideas and lore, it seems, from what I've heard. But, I don't have a Nintendo system past the Wii, so I can't access any of the lore. I'm sorry, I don't want to spend like $600 for one game. They should make a new My Sims game, though. Is there gonna be a joke where? Let me see. Is there gonna be like an actual or a new game for My Sims, and we didn't know about it? Or is it actually just... Oh, there's actually something on Steam. My Sims, yeah, My Sims is actually on Steam. Released last year, huh? Though it seems like it's just the Kingdom game. No, the original and the Kingdom game. Nothing about the agents. Oh yeah, it was on my wish list. I didn't even realize. Forgot about that. Maybe I'll actually play that Kingdoms game. Of course, yeah, no worries. Anyways, what is? say goodbye to all the things they love. Gave up their lives to da da da. They said goodbye to all the things they love. Gave up their lives. Anyways, now what's just fucking the flat colors. Alright, just gonna remove some of this. Can't let some ugly dead pixels around. I don't know if there's an easier way to do all that coloring. Just be kind of doing that same thing for years. Just fill in the blanks and hope there's nothing left untouched here. There was something. There's a feel over here. Anyways, now what? If anyone has anything to say, feel free to yell me. Ask me anything. I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. When I get up, I get on my phone. I wanna catch them all. I'm gonna play all day long. All day long. I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. Beach. Some people will never ever die. Some ones will not end in peace. Some viewers choose the wrong side. Sometimes it's all it's found to is the fallen fight for every life. Trying to rise, defeat the hate, the love, love. Hope alive, trust our hearts, somehow sorrow, sacrifice, felt souls and gave up everything. In the end, there's only failure, only suffering. Just torn apart in the seas of broken hearts. This place not victory, but remains the end of a tale. Trust that we feared, but remains a wet cloud falling in tears. Some roses will never bloom. Some peace will rot on the vine. Some lives will end much too soon. Some people will never ever die. Some wars will not end in peace. Some heroes choose the wrong side. Sometimes it's worth to all to risk the fine fight for everything we love. Only we ever known, baby, it's just fantasy. But we clearly had achieved. Risk battles near the end. Faster every day. Fact to victory chase away. This time near this be the day that we always fear. Never ever the wrong side. Times when they know there is the foreign fight or every life. make the shaving soon after I complete everything else. And of course, I gotta make a bunch of weapons being thrown at a little poor Hetty here. Huh? Alright, back. I'm back. Alright. Anyways. Welcome back. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, it's like, oh yeah, this. Did you notice like the My Sims game on Steam? At the moment, it seems like just the original and the Kingdoms game. Wait, okay, can you hear me now? Let me double check my OBS. Okay, yeah, just is it working now? Testing, testing. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was talking about there's if you know there's like new the My Sim games on Steam, like they're actually on Steam. All right. It does cost some money though to get the games, but if you want to check the original My Sims and the Kingdoms game, assuming you don't have it, you can always, buy it on Steam. It's like a double pack, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, My Sims and My Sims Kingdom in one pack, basically. I think I might get it at some point. Maybe do my own like stream. All right. Just something I need to write down real quick. Sorry. Hello, Lizzie Lance one. Welcome, welcome. I'm just drawing a thumbnail for my upcoming stream because why not? Doing it for balloons. DD6. What could I talk about? You can ask me anything about anything, I guess. Alright. yeah, feel free to ask me anything. All right, yeah, something to make it distinct this time. My logo is very distinct from my other logos. Hell yeah. All right, all right. Do 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 do. One minute, I'm just gonna. I'll be right back, real quick. All right, all right. That was weird. All right. Alright. Boomerang. There's something I want to talk about, but I forgot what I was thinking. What was before. Ah. I wish I could like rewind my own memories just to figure out like what I forget. Um, how Dobo would Taddy be as a balloon? Probably just as much as a black balloon. Alright. Yeah, it's about. If you know what a black balloon is, he's only. He's. I get. No, I think it would be funny if he's just like a red balloon. It's not really canon because he's just like, it's just a thumbnail art, but let's just get a giant juggernaut here. Spike pole, whatever. Spike ball. I don't think I'll be able to finish it today. Now that I think about it. Because I would like to do some shading with this. I'll do as much as I can, at least. Mm, mm. What other tiles could I do? Let me think. A trident. Now I'm gonna do a trident next. Alright. Mortar. Alright. I'll put a windmill in the background just to make it more interesting. And to practice, making actual buildings. What should I put next? Bullets. Man, maybe not bullets. I can't do that. Hmm. Hmm. Ninjas. Alright, what next? Magic. It'll be a magic thing. Fireball. 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 Mm. Lasers. No, it'll be plasma blast. Grapes. Mm. Potions. I'm gonna make a windmill real quick, and then I'm probably just gonna finish stream. I'm getting a little tired, and I got some things to do tomorrow, unfortunately. I'll definitely finish this on my own time, and then probably do a balloon stream, cause why not? So, anyways, Any last questions or anything, or things you want to ask me before I go? All right. What inspired me? All right, give me a minute to think about this. Hmm. I think it's like like just the desire to make stories. Like just like I want to make like like my own stories essentially. That's the best way I could really say. As well as like being able to create my own characters, my own showcase my own ideas. Just like just kind of like make something that I want to see. Plus, it can be fun. All right. All right. Like that's like the best way I can really say. Like like I want to create stuff. Hence why like there's so much I want to say about every so much stuff that can only be replicated in art, really, or at least much easier to put my thoughts in. Even if I die and get forgotten, At least there's there's some remnant of something people can look into. All right. Excuse me. Um. Hell yeah. Once I color it and put some shading, it'll actually look good. I might, maybe depending on like next stream, I might do I think I might either do more art raincoat or maybe the balloons one if I do decide to finish it off screen. I just kind of want to just draw and talk today, and I'm just gonna tie it. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and have a good night.